Most side hustles aren't businesses, they're second jobs. And if you don't understand the difference, you can spend years working harder without ever getting ahead. Welcome back to The Money Architect. Today we're talking about side hustles, not the glamorous social media version, not the version where everyone supposedly makes six figures from their laptop in 6 months. We're talking about reality. Because millions of people start side hustles hoping to create financial freedom, only to discover they've simply added another job to an already busy schedule. The goal isn't to work every waking hour. The goal is to build something that grows. And once you understand the difference between a side hustle that scales and one that doesn't, you'll start looking at opportunities very differently. Right now, roughly 72% of workers either have a side hustle or are considering one. That makes sense. Prices are higher. Financial pressure is real. People want more control over their income. The problem is that most people approach side hustles with the wrong objective. They ask, how can I make more money? What they should be asking is, how can I build more leverage? Because making more money and building leverage are not the same thing. This is why your side hustle feels exhausting. Most side hustles depend entirely on your time. If you stop working, the income stops too. The average side hustler works an additional 13 hours every week. Think about that for a moment. That's more than 670 extra hours per year. That's the equivalent of roughly 17 additional 40-hour work weeks every single year. No wonder so many people burn out. Studies show that roughly 2/3 of side hustlers report experiencing burnout at some point. The issue isn't effort, the issue is structure. When your only growth strategy is adding more hours, eventually you run out of hours. Let's look at the difference. Imagine two people. Both want an extra $1,000 per month. Person A starts driving for a rideshare company. Person B starts building a freelance service business. Initially, person A may actually earn money faster. They can sign up today and start generating income immediately. That's valuable. There's nothing wrong with that. But every dollar they earn requires more driving, more time, more miles, more wear and tear, more effort. Now, compare that to person B. At first, they may make less money. They're building a website, creating a service, finding clients, learning how to market themselves. It feels slower, but they're building an asset, they're creating a system. And systems scale differently than labor. Most people do this backwards. They focus on immediate income instead of long-term leverage. Here's a simple framework that can help. Think about income in 4 levels. Level 1 is employment. This is your primary job. You exchange time, skills, and expertise for a paycheck. For most people, this is where everything begins. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with employment. Your job often provides stability, benefits, and the capital needed to invest in future opportunities. Level 2 is self-employment. This is where most side hustles live. Freelancing, driving, delivery services, consulting, gig work. You own the job, but the job still owns your time. You make money because you're actively working. The challenge is that income growth is limited by your available hours. And according to the data, many side hustlers never move beyond this stage. The median side hustle income is only about $200 per month. You don't have a money problem, you have a leverage problem. That's the shift that changes everything. Level 3 is business ownership. This is where systems begin replacing effort. You create processes. You automate tasks. You build repeatable workflows. You create something that can operate without requiring your constant attention. Think about a virtual assistant who develops standard onboarding processes, or a designer who creates templates, or a consultant who develops a structured service offering. Instead of reinventing everything for every client, they create repeatable systems. Their income starts becoming connected to value rather than hours. Then comes level 4, assets. This is where money begins working independently of your daily labor. Investments, dividend-producing assets, real estate, digital products, businesses that operate largely through systems. This is where leverage reaches its highest level. The goal isn't necessarily to skip straight to level 4. The goal is to keep moving upward. Employment funds, self-employment. Self-employment funds, business creation. Business creation funds, asset ownership. That's how wealth is typically built. Now, let's talk about side hustles that usually don't scale. And I want to be careful here. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying they have limits. Rideshare driving, food delivery, task-based gig work. These can be excellent short-term solutions. If you need cash quickly, they solve a real problem, but they don't create much leverage. You only earn when you're actively working. You can't automate the driving. You can't outsource yourself. You can't easily build recurring revenue. The income stays tied to your presence. That's the key issue. Every side hustle eventually answers one question. Can it earn money when you're not actively working? If the answer is no, scaling becomes difficult. Now, let's look at side hustles that often have greater potential. Creative services, web design, copywriting, coaching, consulting, virtual assistant services, content creation, e-commerce. These can all begin as self-employment, but they have pathways toward becoming businesses. Why? Because they allow you to create systems. You can automate scheduling, automate contracts, automate invoicing, build referral systems, create digital products, develop recurring services, raise rates based on expertise instead of time. That's where scaling begins. Here's a real-world example. Let's say two friends each dedicate 13 hours per week to a side hustle. The first friend spends every weekend making deliveries. 5 years later, they still need to drive to earn money. The second friend spends those same hours building a bookkeeping business. At first, progress is slow, but over time they develop standard procedures. They attract referrals. They automate onboarding. They build recurring monthly clients. 5 years later, their income is connected to systems they have built rather than just hours worked. Both worked hard, but one created leverage, and leverage changes the outcome. Hard work alone doesn't create wealth. Hard work combined with leverage does. Before you start any side hustle, ask yourself one question. Will this opportunity still benefit me 5 years from now? Not next month, not next quarter, 5 years. Will you have developed a skill, built a brand, created systems, established recurring clients, created assets, or will you simply have worked thousands of additional hours? That question changes everything. The most successful side hustlers aren't just looking for extra income, they're looking for ownership. Ownership of skills, ownership of systems, ownership of assets, ownership of their future. So, if you're considering a side hustle, here's a simple framework. Start with a clear goal. Know exactly why you're doing it. Build systems early. Even simple automation saves time. Invest in your personal brand. People trust people. Separate business finances from personal finances. Track everything and constantly ask for feedback so you can improve and refine what you're building. The side hustles that survive aren't necessarily the most exciting. They're the most repeatable, the most scalable, and the most aligned with long-term goals. Here's the key takeaway. A side hustle should eventually create freedom. If it only creates more work, something needs to change. The best side hustles aren't designed to give you another job. They're designed to help you build a business, and eventually, build assets. In the next video, we're going to talk about something that connects directly to this conversation. Future-proof skills for financial independence. Because the skills you build today will determine the opportunities available to you tomorrow. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that one. And until then, keep building your financial blueprint, one decision at a time.